Good afternoon, folks. Go Phils. This is John Duffin here from Duffin Media. Welcome back to it's your noontime edition of Your Monday Motivation, where we are here to kickstart your week. I get the privilege of introducing my partner in crime, the superstar lender Chad Levine, to really help you kickstart things. Hey, buddy, welcome back.
John, it is an amazing time to be a Philadelphian. An amazing time, and we would be remiss to waste anyone's time and not get right into the topic at hand. So, is there a Phillies chant? I was trying to think about that. Is there an actual Phillies chant?
That's so funny because it's not like Eagles EAGLES, which we
Right.
literally did last week.
Yeah,
I am not aware. I know the Harry Callis song "High Hopes." Obviously, we now all know "Dancing on My Own," as I said, as the song of the season. But I don't know a specific Phillies cheer. I typically know this stuff, and the answer is I'm not aware.
Do you think we should try and come up with one?
Talk about a real Your Monday Motivation. That's it, folks. So, folks, we have until Friday when the season starts to have this all airtight. So, I mean, it sounds like you got a lot of time, which will lend into our theme, but you can't wait until Friday to start this stuff. We need a cheer. PHI. I see. I'll get all.
What would you like if you? What would your what kind of tempo would you go with? Would you go with like a
the energy with that team is so fast paced? Is how I feel, and it's got to include the word fighting in there too. So the fightins, your fighting Phils, it's got to include the word fighting in there somehow, some way.
I agree, and you know what? We would be not doing our viewers justice. John lives in Center City, Philadelphia.
That's exactly right.
And John, you've got to describe the environment last night after they won. You got to tell us what was.
Oh my God! So,
but do it as a do it like a play-by-play. Like I want to close my eyes and see it. What's up, Bruno?
Mark Sinkowski. Happy Monday, right back at you. So literally home panic-stricken. Team is down 3-2, and Bryce Harper's at the plate, and you're looking and you're like, oh, come on, no, and all mixed signals and fearful, and damn, you hear that crack of the bat, and that ball pop, and that crowd, which South Philly is about, I don't know, a 4-mile distance from me. I swear to God, you could feel it. So the moment that ball leaves the ballpark, the moment it hits the seats, from that point on, the energy level is in the ballpark. It cascades into South Philly and then comes into Center City, where people are, Jesus, I remember growing up and people climbing telephone poles and all that sort of thing. And it ain't telephone poles. I'm trying to remember what they grease, but whatever it is.
The light poles, the street lights.
Thank you. It wasn't telephone poles. That would hurt. People are cheering, screaming, crying, and best of all want to be around each other. So near me, City Hall is a couple blocks away, and you can feel the energy and the screaming and the singing, the dancing on my own. You can hear that. That is going over and over and over. Stacy, go Phils is right. And the fact of the matter, the best part is, to me, the excitement and the unification. Everybody's great to be in the city. Everybody's thrilled to be there, and they were.
And you know what? It's one of those unified. So the purpose of me bringing this all up,
right?
It's what I call the I can't think of the word. It's like the most I was going to say common, but unifier. It's like the biggest way to bring people together that are from all walks of life, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter how much money you have, no matter what skin color you have. This, it is like the dominant equalizer. It's just everyone just comes together, and it's amazing. It's just so amazing. Anyway, all right, we're going to talk too much about that, but the reason why we brought it up is our topic for today, our show topic for today is to belief, the power of believing in yourself. And I said this to John before the show today. I said, Saturday, when you're watching that first inning and they go down 4-0, I was guilty of it, and I guarantee many of you were as well. You said, oh, bleep.
Yep.
Oh, bleep. We're going to have to go back to San Diego for this.
And then what?
And then I have someone sitting next to me who's a friend, and says to me, you know, it's funny because I'm the one that does this show and I should be thinking positive. He looks at me and says to me, you're thinking about it all wrong. And he said, why? He's like, they just have to go higher. So they're going to win 11-7. That's all. And guess what? They won 10-6. And the reason why we're talking about this today is because you know what? The Phillies did one thing I didn't do. They didn't stop believing.
Right.
There was no ounce of negativity or doubt in them. It wasn't, oh no, I'm down. It's okay. This is how much more we're going to have to score. You know? So it's the power of self-belief. It's the power of continuing to believe in yourself despite what's going on around you, and why it's so important for you to stay on that path. This will continue in our series of keeping up with your momentum, staying in that zone. I'm going to shut up now, John. Let's cue your quote and let's get right to it.
My quote, and I am stealing from a former Phil, Tug McGraw, and his quote, point blank, you gotta believe. So back in the 80s,
Hold on.
How was that?
Jason, cue the clock.
2 minutes. I got to get this all out in 2 minutes. Oh, man. So Tug McGraw was revered in Philadelphia for not just the positive attitude. That's one thing. But it was the accomplishments of getting things done. He was one of the premier relief pitchers in all of Major League Baseball, and he was a Philadelphia Philly. So when people were in doubt, he would literally put up that, like, are they going to go further? Are the Phils going to get to the championship? Are the Phils going to get to the World Series? You got to believe. You got to believe. And for me, as it relates to business, certainly with the Phils, it is so easy to go off track. It is so easy. If it's me, you get one bit of bad news, take one hit, and you're, to quote my buddy Chad, oh, bleep, now what? And then you go off in a different direction. Here's the mindset that I'm looking at this week in regards to really powering through, which is point blank. That you gotta believe part is a great verbal motivator, but it comes with action. It comes from mental toughness and resilience to just keep going. All right, now what are we supposed to do? You stay the course. It doesn't mean work blindly, but you're staying the course with the plan. It's Monday afternoon now. I could sit and spend my day buying Phillies memorabilia and work. Oh, am I Googling World Series tickets? Or I could continue what is really the matter at hand, which is making Duffin Media the global superpower that it's going to be. And the fact of the matter is, how do you do that? You keep going. You have a plan, you execute the plan, like the Phils, like this weekend, coming from behind multiple times. The only way that happens is you have a plan, you're aware of the plan, and you freaking execute the plan. Go Phils.
Love it. JD, you're getting better at this. I'm not going to lie.
That, man, right? At the zero.
I'm not going to lie, but I want to. It's funny. While you were talking, I thought of another good point, which is something you and I always think about, which is having preset certain thoughts and actions in your mind, so that when situations arise, you know how to just quickly get into that mindset, right? So one of the things I like to think about when we're talking about this belief in yourself, it's being able to continuously recall your wins. because I feel
Sure.
like when you do that, you know what you're capable of, right? You can think back to the accomplishments you've made, and when that's already quickly, like, it's almost like in the trigger and you're ready to fire. So like when you need that bounce back, or you need
Right.
that sense of self-belief, or you need that kick in your ass, right, for
Right.
lack of a better term,
Right.
it's going back to those times when you've won, when you've succeeded, right?
Mhm.
And you need to have those readily available,
See
right? You
that?
have to have those thoughts there so that
Mhm.
you can keep going and keep doing these things. And look, yes, they're superstar athletes. Yes,
Mhm.
they have an exceptional talent and
Mhm.
exceptional abilities beyond ours. But take it down to your everyday life, right? Think about the things that
Mhm.
you do in your world and the
Mhm.
things that you have to accomplish in your week. And we're here Monday, and the Philadelphia Phillies are in the World Series. And I don't care who you are, you did not think that on the first day when opening day hit. You did not.
No.
You
No.
did
Hey,
not.
Chad, you just said something, and you talked
Yeah.
about superstar and premier athletes. I want to share something.
Mhm.
A high performance coach that I work with. Hey, Coach Dana Cavalier, if you're listening, I hope you are. Former strength and conditioning coach of the New York Yankees. So
Mhm.
he coached Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera and a lot of others. And the line that he uses constantly, Coach Dana Cavalier, is those sorts of athletes are some of the most boring people that you would ever meet. Why? Because they just take their schedule and execute their schedule. There is zero room for overthinking or
Mhm.
improvisation. Derek
Mhm.
Jeter had a very specific schedule and he never missed it. Mariano Rivera never deviated what he ate, how he worked out, what time he got up, those sorts of things. So, Chad, when you talk about having that plan to draw on, these are elite athletes, the best of the best. They are rarely improvising. They have such a strong body of evidence, that quote that I've used in the past, of remembering what they've done, but they're executing with such mental toughness. Sad. I guess I will do that tomorrow. No, it
Yep.
is, hey, it's 2 o'clock. This is
Yep.
what I do. And
Yep.
that's the part to me that resonates here, which is that's the real toughness.
Mhm.
Continuing,
Well, that's
having
and
the
that's the other
blueprint
point.
and doing it.
No, but that's the other point. You may not be able to reach their level physically, right? You may
Right.
not be able to, but you
Right.
can mentally. But you
Sure.
can mentally,
Mhm.
right? And what an important point. What an important point.
Mhm.
You may not be able to run the bases the way they do. You may not
Right.
be able to hit the baseball the way they do, right? But I'm sure as shit believe that they can't do some
Mhm.
of the things that you can do. Number
Yeah.
one. And number two, I know you can get to where they are mentally,
Mhm.
because this is the key point, John. The key
Yep.
point out of all this in full circle is
Mhm.
when you are on a championship team
Mhm.
and you're down 4-0, you don't have 1 ounce of doubt that you're not going to come back. Not 1 ounce, right?
Right.
And
That you
why do
gotta
you not
believe.
have that?
Right.
Yep, correct. And that's the key point in
Mhm.
today's today's show. Yeah, lecture. What a hell of a
Thanks,
lecture.
H. Um,
But that's the key point. The key point is you need to condition your mind in such a way
Mhm.
that you minimize, if not completely obliterate, self-doubt.
So I got one question for you
Yeah.
right there, which I just realized is, so what's one thing that you could suggest that somebody could do? It's now what? It's 12:30, right?
Yeah.
It's 12:30 p.m. What's
Yeah.
one thing that somebody could do to course correct so that they are, in essence, having that blueprint so that they can either salvage a Monday or, better yet, optimize that Monday?
I'm
What's
going to give you a simple thing. All right.
right?
It's super simple.
Even
You
better.
know, you need to write down your wins. You need to go back to the things that you've done in the past 6 months, year, couple years,
Mhm.
and think about, all right, what are the things that I've done that are wins? All right.
Right.
Whether I've done it professionally and
Mhm.
I've closed this deal, or I've helped this person, or I've done this, whatever it was, or
Yep.
personally, maybe there's a new relationship you built, maybe you lost weight, whatever it is, write those
Mhm.
wins down. And whenever you feel yourself slipping out of that zone,
Mhm.
read it. It'll take you 5 minutes. You know where you can even put it? In the notes section of your phone.
Right.
In the
So
in the notes section of your
constantly
iPhone.
available. Yeah.
You go there and you say, you know what? I did this deal. I made this sale. I got this promotion. I helped this. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. But I can tell you right now, those wins are there. You just have to have them available.
See, that's it. That's part of the strategy. So often I'm overthinking what a strategy even is.
Yep.
Complex, complicated, just some wins.
John,
Listen.
you created a podcast. You created Duffin Media.
Right.
You know, you have clients that you've helped achieve certain goals.
Yep.
You know, put that in your notes and read that to yourself. Even if you have to start your day that way, that's fine. But I'm telling you, man, when your mind is in the right place, I don't mean it literally, but figuratively, you could also hit that home run when you're down. When you're down.
Check you out.
Yeah. It's true, man. It's true.
And that's why you got to believe, because you know in your mind, because you have had that body of evidence. You take the time to write things down. We've all done things that we can be proud of. No joke. Everybody. Nobody's going to have a blank sheet of paper. We've all done so. Have it there. Have it in front of you. I love to have it.
And look, let me tell you something else that's easy. Take a look at your family pictures. Remember what you're doing it and who you're doing it for. You know, like I do that every time I go home. You know, I don't have the option to not hit a home run. It's not happening. It's going to happen. Regardless, it's going to happen. Just like these guys. And I look at no matter, you don't have to be the literal Bryce Harper, but sure as shit, you can be the figurative Bryce Harper.
Exactly. And listen, and we're all, like I said, God, I don't want to turn it into a Pollyanna, but listen, the fact of the matter is none of us, there was already a Bryce Harper and he's great. You don't need two of them. He's perfect. But the fact of the matter is what the hell you're doing, what I'm doing, what it is that I'm looking to build, and the people that I'm looking to build it for, you know? That's why I said, again, it's great to remember in terms of your Monday motivation. That's why I literally went with something as simple as you got to believe, but it's not Pollyanna. There's absolute strategy and science behind it. And that's why I'm really glad you made it. So
John, let's call a spade a spade. You and I have both entered the world in the professional communication. I think we can both safely say that, right?
Absolutely correct.
I think we are very passionate that we both believe we can deliver a message in a way that can change someone's life.
No doubt.
Right. So every time you just look, I guess to you it would be your right. Take a look on your right. What do you see? Take a look on your right. Right there. What'd you just see? What was right in front of your nose?
Well, my headset, my battery of books.
Directly in front of your nose. Turn right.
You.
No. Turn right. And keep going. What do you hit? What are you going to hit? No. Straight. No. No. Right there. Right where you are.
Wait. What am I doing?
What's the object you're about to hit? No. Right in front. John, it's on the screen. It's on
my microphone.
Thank you.
Me turn right. Wait. Jesus. This is straight ahead.
Oh. I can't tell. It looks like it's to the right for me.
Listen, you're gonna literally have me spin myself into the next.
But this is what I mean. It's an object.
It's my voice.
Right?
Thank you. Awful with geography, but I know how to speak properly.
The microphone is a symbol. Okay.
Yep.
The microphone is a symbol. It's a symbol as to how you impact the world and can change lives, because
100%.
That's what it does. So when you need that trigger to keep the belief in yourself, you just have to look at your microphone, man.
Damn, and now that I know where it is, I'll be able to do it.
I can't tell. We're virtual.
Brother, it's like I said, I look at your logo with the $sign, but I look at you in regards to your coaching ability and your ability to influence. And that, to me, as I said, that's what makes it fun, that people are counting on you. You talked about looking at the pictures, right?
Yep.
People are counting on you whether you realize it or not.
Yep.
And that's the reason why when I don't want to, that's where it's like I choose you got to believe, because it reminds me I have less choice. It's not an option. It's not an option for me to not.
But there's one other key point before, and then we're going to go and we're going to end it. The one other key point is that no one, if you don't believe it, regardless. No
Mhm.
matter how many books you read, no
Yeah.
matter how many people, if you don't actually believe it,
Mhm.
forget it.
Then it
But
won't happen.
so you've got to find a way
Mhm.
to convince yourself. That's
Mhm.
the other point that people don't understand.
Right?
You've got to find a way to convince yourself to
Mhm.
allow yourself to believe it. If you don't truly believe it, it's just rhetoric. It's just rhetoric.
Oh, people get when
Oh, I
you
see,
don't believe.
Jason. You're just trying to bounce me off. Whatever, man. That's my quote for today. Mine's are much
Give
simpler
it.
than John's. Don't stop believing by Journey. If we do nothing more than get that song in your head, thinking about the Phillies and everything else, then we've achieved our goal.
Believe. I speak way better than I sing. Nobody needs to hear a song rendition of what I do. But I got to tell you, it's like these help me so much. And I'm grateful that we get the privilege to do this.
John,
Because
do you believe in yourself?
absolutely yes.
That's all that matters.
Absolutely yes. You know, but here I want to make certain in complete transparency, if you finish that question with every waking moment, the answer would be no.
Yep.
It's like the realism is it requires effort.
Mhm.
And the key is to keep making the effort so that you can answer yes to the question. Because if you don't make the effort, write down your wins, have the photos, remember all of the things, stick it in the notes section, remember where my right is. Well, then it doesn't happen, but it requires work. John, look right.
On my screen, it was right.
My day has been made, folks. Look right. And hopefully you got to believe and you won't stop believing. I'm loving what you did for me today, Chad. I'm very
Listen,
grateful.
that's it. I think it's simple. We did a lot of talking, right?
Yep.
We used a lot of analogies.
Right.
We really are as equally amped up as everyone else. But at the end of the day, let this trip to the World Series, right? Let it be in your mind of what self-belief can do. Because this Phillies team believed when no one else was, and look where they are.
Including the people of Philadelphia. So, I mean, it's like, right? And we get to celebrate. And I can't wait. It's going to be a fun week, folks. Anyway, brother.
That's it. That's all we got, I think. That's all
we
got. Yeah, I think that's enough, right? I
hope
people walked away with something.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks again for letting us give you your swift kick in the arse. This is John Duffin from Duffin Media and Chad Levine, your superstar lender, saying get out there and kick some butt. We will see you next week. Peace.